Grace and John. Let's see what we get here. Okay, he's got a good sense of humor. He goes like this, and I was like, so we saw it coming? He goes, yeah, kinda. And I was like, okay, okay. Suddenly, really hard to breathe. For some reason, I want to say we thought we had more time, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, let's say you're like, oh, it's hard to breathe. Like, nope, it's really hard to breathe this time. Like, I almost thought, like, oh, I thought I'd recover from it, but I didn't necessarily recover from it. And then maybe we have an article of his clothing. Here's what we got so far. We have difficult to breathe, something in the upper body, like, and then I see a lot of like sunshine, which is not typical. Like, I definitely feel like this is something that, I don't want to say the wrong thing, comes over us, alerts us, maybe a little, maybe limited reaction time, didn't get a chance to say goodbye, didn't get time to react. That typically says it's some sort of situational thing. But anyways, so suddenly, unexpectedly, did we see it coming? He uses that point to tell me his sense of humor. Says we kind of saw it coming, and then he says we have, I have somebody on the line. I'm talking to Grace Mudd. We're talking to her person named John. I'm reading these signs and symbols. However, if I'm sitting here talking to someone, you're like, Kato, I know you're talking to me. You can't, I feel like you're talking to me. You can take it as a postcard. I just have a couple paid clients today, but anyone can take a reading for somebody from somebody else's reading for sure. But yeah, this one's a specific, very short list we're working off of today. Just an hour time gap I'm filling in. Okay, cool. So, hold up. When I went down all at once. It almost seems like there was no reaction time. It's like a wall that just goes and clears everything else. He's got a good sense of humor, and I want to say he's got dark colored hair, had a hard time breathing, and overall this came suddenly, unexpectedly. But let's say it's a heart attack. Well, we know we don't take the best care of ourselves, so I'm not super unexpected. Almost seems like something medical, but there's a lot of smoke, a lot of hard to breathe. Does this make sense for your person, Grace? Oh my gosh, you're super empath, which means you can sense and feel the emotions of other people before they can physically portray it themselves. I think you can even feel the vibes of humans, but also animals too. So like every animal on your block when you're younger, you know all their names. So you just can get a vibe of everything you're around. Okay, so she said, yes, this is my dad, and he had lung cancer. Okay, so he potentially could have even struggled with it, for a while, because he says he passive, it's hard to breathe. When he thought he had some recovery time. Oh, remember when he was like, when I was like, okay, I think I can recover from this one, and then there must have been that moment where he realized he wasn't going to recover from it, and then he's like, well, I kind of expected it, just not then. Well, he had cancer, he had the underlying medical issue, and he expected eventually to go of lung cancer, but he didn't know that day was the day. Then he said when he went down all at once, created all the smoke, fluffed it all up. So most likely there's somebody here, because of how quickly he ended up passing, that they didn't get a chance to say goodbye, or they thought they had more time, or it wasn't good enough. He seems really good with it though. And do we have his shirts or something made in honor of his memory? It's only now that I see a little, like a box, essentially, like could be like ashes or something in honor of our memory. But he shows me his shirts, or we make something. My niece found him. He passed at home, and that's me, and I didn't get to say goodbye. So someone actually, okay, so maybe it was one arrow for the person that found him one arrow for not being able to say goodbye because he passed suddenly. Not that we didn't know what he was going to pass from, we just didn't know when and didn't expect it then. Yep, and he said he went down all at once, created, and then there he is in his own house. So she also says, yes, I have his ashes and a jacket and his shirt. And so he's also telling us she has my ashes. She has an item of clothing, even something made of it or multiple. Boom. She has a jacket, a shirt, his ashes. He's a great communicator. I love his sense of humor. And did you name him? She says, my son was born on his birthday this year. I was like, did you name him? Like, I feel excited about that. Like, oh my God, did he get your dad's name? Oh my God. I miss your lovely, beautiful energy that comes over the comment section. Actually, you have a lot of energy that comes over the comment section. Makes me go right into another dimension. So we're not opening that one, but I love your vibe. Love your vibe. Readings will be posted to YouTube. I have a son. Both of them have his name. I get really excited. I'm like, do they have his name? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then I got really excited about it. And you have two sons, and both of them have his name. What are the chances that both of your kids have his name? Oh my gosh. And then I love that one of them even shares a birthday. This is how you keep people's memory alive. You ever seen Coco? That's exactly how you do it, Grace. Exactly how you do it. Well, thank you. I'm so glad your dad was able to come through for you. Thank you so much for being here and taking chances. And yeah, you've got a nice little 6-minute reading on YouTube coming up.